This next video is going to show how to append a monthly test result, so all the data that's on this form, into a monthly fitness test table. So it works very similar to the append students query, so we're going to create a new query, and this time I'm just going to close, change it to append, and we want to append to the monthly fitness tests. Once again, we're going to add in the three different options, or however many you have in the example, in the actual database. This one we've just got 3, and we're going to pull this information from the form monthly fitness test. Once again, I've got it open, so it makes it easier to pick out the information. Note, if you haven't at an early point gone and renamed what the actual forms are called, so the items on the form, like to test month, they might still be looking like something like text 34, things like that, so you have to go back into them and rename them. We've got a gap there, so let's just delete that. Build it again, forms, loaded forms, and then finally test year. So, the example being, basically the name of this wasn't something like test month, it was something less intelligent like text 38. Go and rename it, saves yourself a lot of hassle down the track. Okay, so I've now gone and added those in, and it's now picking out bits of information, but it seems to only have 2 of them. So I've got the fitness test, I've got the months by the looks of it. Test year, but I don't have the months, so let's just go and re-add those months in. So let's say test month, and I'm just going to pull that back in. Okay, I'm going to save it. Once again, it's a query, so go to name. I'm going to add monthly test. Zone view it, it's not putting any bits of information in, that's okay at this point because I haven't actually entered anything. So I'm going to close that query, and now what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to choose some information from here. May, let's say 20, because I've entered in a value that won't actually let me type over before. Because I put a rule in there, it won't let me enter anything else, so I'm actually just going to delete that to unbound it, just so I can put in, say 2016 as my option. All I want to do now is I'm just going to run the query. It's asking me if I want to append one row, I'm going to hit yes. So now when I look at it in that table, I've got the 8th and the 2016. So know that query is actually working. So that's how we create the append query. Obviously we need to link it up to a button and a macro later on, but we're going to break this up into a couple of different sections. So this is the end of this video. We'll be next having another one which looks at how to create all the individual monthly fitness test results.